What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're gonna see what the issue is with the E-Revo, because you guys saw in last video it was making this weird kind of crunching noise, kind of like that. So I'm thinking there's some gears grinding in there. So let's start by removing the gear cover. Just take this off. Gearing looks fine.
It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
So in order to access this bit with the drill bit, you will have to take this off as well, which is just these two screws. Otherwise, the thing's at a bit of an angle, so if you keep it more straight, you have a less likely chance of stripping the bolt. So if you're actually going to use a drill bit for that, instead of taking this piece off of here, you might as well just take this piece off, because it's only one bolt.
Like a Hellcat. Like a Hellcat.
Alright guys, we just dropped the trans out of the car, because I looked at the differentials and no gears are stripped or anything. So I'm thinking it's the trans. Moment of truth. Did we strip a gear? Hopefully not. So guys, there's like these washers on here. I think they're part of a broken bearing. Let's just take this out, alright? Look at this gear. Alright, so nothing is stripped on that gear. That gear's perfectly fine. It's great. This gear, perfectly fine as well. Yeah, there's like all these, there's this here. I don't know if that outer ring here is supposed to be there. And then here's these metal shavings. I mean, I don't know if that's part of a bearing or what, but that's definitely a clicking noise. Yeah, so I'll do some research real quick and I'll get back to you and tell you what the actual problem is with the car and how we have to fix it. Alright, so guys, I actually figured out the issue, and it is a destroyed bearing. As you can see, like in here and stuff, there's some light blue shavings. Those are actually the blue parts of the bearing, so it completely shredded up the bearing. on these rings here, they're part of the bearing. The indent is where the ball would go, and it'd spin around. And in the actual gear, it has that as well, with the indents. And if you hold it like that, it'll actually spin. So it just completely shredded up the bearing. As you can see in this photo here, there's the bearing there, that blue part. There's no bearing in there at all. Alright, so we've got our new bearings. Gonna pop them in. Just like that. So those bearings actually worked, and I got all the grease in place. Now I'm just gonna put some grease in there. This is the same grease that I use in the differentials of the car. I don't think it's the right grease to probably put in here, but I'm just gonna do it anyways, because I don't actually have the right grease, so. Alright guys, got it all greased up, as you can see the grease on there. Yeah, like I said, just use that differential oil, and I've used it in the past, and it seems to work great. I don't think it's the actual grease you're supposed to use, so I probably won't recommend it, but I just do it anyways. So guys, just on the grub screws right in here, I put some Loctite, just some red Loctite. As you can see, I spilt a little bit there. I used this red Loctite here because these grub screws do back out. And I've had it come out before, and I had to buy a new one because you just lose them and it's annoying. So I definitely recommend putting red Loctite because the blue doesn't really work very well. So we just finished putting it back together, and I realized I have an extra screw lying around. That's never a good sign. So I looked over the car, and just look at that. Right in there is the screw we missed. And there's about 3 screws on this blue plate. It just holds it to the transmission. And yeah, we forgot that blue screw, so what a bummer. Now we gotta take it all apart, just get that one screw back in. But I think I'm gonna do it the easy way and take the ESC out, take the spur gear off, and then try putting it back in just to make it easier. Got it. So a way to actually get the ESC off of the car, because there's like a double-sided foam tape to help absorb impact to save these electronics. Just get a flat tip screwdriver and just kind of pry it up. It takes a while, but you get it. There it is. I'm just gonna take this brace off of here because you can't really fit the drill in without it hitting there, or else you'll strip a bolt. What I just kind of did here. So guys, my washer is a little bit chewed up, so I might have to get a new one, but it'll do for now. As you can see, this is the screw that we forgot. So we got that screw in there, now we just gotta put it back together. So guys, another thing I like to do is, since the spur gear has to sit off this motor mount, I like to put an Allen key in between there when I'm putting the spur gear back together, just because it makes it a lot easier. It doesn't fall back and you don't lose that pin that's in between here, because that pin falls out. It's hard to get it back in. So I just did up all those screws partially. I'm gonna do the rest with an Allen key just to avoid stripping the actual screws. And then in order to get this ESC back on, I'm going to put new double-sided foam tape. And what you can do to get it off, you can use like a same flat tip screwdriver you used. Now guys, I just got like all the heavy stuff off with the flat tip screwdriver. Just kind of doing it that style. Then just grab some rubbing alcohol. Give it a couple squirts, and it should come off pretty easily. So I just finished scraping all of that off, you can see. Now let's put the tape down. Alright guys, so I got all the double-sided tape on here. I did 2 layers just because this was kind of thin. Just one layer was about the inside of that little lip, so now it's got 2 layers to hopefully give it more support. So guys, with the E-Revo now fully finished, because that's all we had to do. Let's go drive it. Alright guys, so we just finished the E-Revo. Let's go take it for a spin. Remote on as first as always. Plug it in. And power on. Fan is broken, so it is a bit noisy. And we have that blinking issue. I don't know why it does it. Yeah. Don't know why it blinks like that. Oh my god. That sounded terrible. So guys, I do not know what that noise just was, but it's completely locked up. Like, it will not roll at all. Alright guys, so as you just saw, we tried to drive the E-Revo, made it about 5 feet, and it completely locked up. Like, the tires will not move. Don't know what that could be, because we just repaired pretty much the transmission. So stay tuned for next video where we find out what the issue is. But until then, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see me do with the E-Revo when it's finished, or the Rustler 4x4. But until then, peace out, cuz.